Now, it appears the more the main opposition People's Democratic Party, PDP, tries to wriggle out of trouble, the more it finds itself enmeshed in crisis of existential proportion. In the face of several leadership disputes and multiple court orders, the PDP has vowed to appeal the court ruling that stopped its planned national convention. As such, the party is urging members nationwide to continue preparations for the national convention slated for Ibadan, or your state. Okay, looking at this, the PDP has now vowed to go ahead with their convention. Tony, let's begin this way. Given the multiple conflicting court orders, I think there are 3 court orders now. Two for, two in judgment and 1 ex parte. On what legal grounds is the PDP, relying on to justify their going ahead with this convention?
The best PDP, they have, I think the convention is 15th and 16th. So they have tomorrow next to appeal it. And I think the case in Ibadan is coming up on Friday or tomorrow.
Yeah, we're still expecting one more judgment.
See, been around for a long time in Nigerian politics. I know how the things are done. It's unfortunate that the court gets involved in this. That's just my pain. That's 2 courts in Abuja, 2 federal high courts, and I don't know. And then 1 state high court in Oyo State.
They said they are courts of coordinate jurisdiction.
See, I know, I understand. we know what's going on. We know what is going on. But we cannot run democracy this way. We cannot. Just mark it tomorrow. Just what between now and Friday, what will come out from Ibadan, from your state court. So when we continue like this, because apart from party primaries and conventions and all that, it goes into the real election itself. You see somebody winning, I know I didn't win. You didn't win. You have to go to court. Then court decides for us. Votes are cancelled because the court will take a decision at the end of the day. So what's the essence of all this? When are we going to get our democracy right? The only way PDP can escape this is to appeal it, and I see it happening. I see something like that.
Can they appeal it tomorrow and get judgment tomorrow? And
you know how this work. I know I can bet it that between now and Friday something is going to happen, and we continue. We talk about it again next week. We talk about it, something like and then the court gets in. My problem is the court involvement in running party affairs. I think we'll get to a point where we need to ask ourselves questions. Politics is not chess game because it involves the lives of people. I see the way we play politics in Nigeria. It's like when you belong to Chelsea and I'm in Arsenal. We're happy when Chelsea scores. I'm happy because that's my team. And when your team scores, you're happy. But we're not talking about football playing here. We're talking about real life experiences.
Exactly.
Because these things, that's going on, affect us as a people. The party should be left to, the Supreme Court has done that before, has ruled on this before.
But when the party, they are not following their own rules, internal democracy is non-existent.
It's the party rule. See, we need a strong opposition, a situation where that's even the angle I'm looking at it from. By the time PDP, has gone into extension, Labour Party, and other parties are supposed to checkmate the ruling party. When they are gone, the implication of what we're doing will be clear to everybody. I will not support what's going on. The courts need to look at this again and see how they can extricate themselves from it. How can 2 federal high courts in Abuja do it? It's ridiculous.
We're still going to look at that because we're still going to look at that with time with the NJC and all. But how might define any of these court orders, impacts the legitimacy of the convention outcomes? Is this even legally tenable if they go ahead with this convention?
Since we're dealing with politics, as much as we would make all our efforts to explain the legal implication, for me, I think this has been the talk over and over, even before Justice Kudirat Kekereekun. She has the NJC had come out to say that court of coordinate jurisdiction, should not be ruling on a matter that has already been decided. You know, the Federal High Court had decided that, oh, INEC should not honor the convention, should not take it seriously. I would have expected that they should stay on that appeal rather than getting the judgment in Oyo State. Because it's looking like what played out in Rivers State. And this is one of the things we were saying, because you're the governor, you're using the court in your state, and probably the FCT is using the court at the federal court.
But what they got in about was an ex parte order.
That's what I'm saying.
We can't call that a judgment.
No, for whatever it is, it has given them the go ahead to hold the convention. Whatever it is, a court. Where I have issues is, it's like people don't even respect the NJC as it is. That's where I am looking at it legally. But politically, I think whoever is behind stopping the convention of PDP is not playing clean politics. Pardon my, quote my word, he's not playing clean politics. Yes, I agree that, ostracizing Lamido was totally uncalled for. Lamido should have been given the right to purchase form to contest for the national chairman. You know, there's also a judgment saying that he should not go ahead with that. That judgment is also valid in my view. But politically speaking, there were a lot of issues that are going to be resolved with this convention. Quite a lot of issues that have been bedeviling PDP as the main opposition party were going to be resolved. We have the likes of Atiku followers who probably need to decide whether they want to stay with the PDP or follow Atiku to wherever he's going, because as we speak, we don't know whether he has gotten a card for ADC. And we're going to have issues with Rivers, where there are two factions. We're going to have issues with PDP in Oyo and several states like that. But those are the things PDP need to clean up. They need to make sure that these congresses in different states, across in some states and also some zonal level are held. So for me, PDP should show more seriousness. As an observer, I see that this 15th is almost looking like it's not going to be a possibility. But when you look at the cost, as we speak, people have started arriving in Ibadan as at Tuesday. Today's Wednesday.
Yes.
Some flights have been purchased. This is a party.
Hotels booked and all.
So many things are into it. And I think parties should learn from examples.
What are the options? What are the options open for the left open for the PDP now? Should they appeal? Should they negotiate?
They should appeal.
Perhaps
and I think they will pursue the option of appeal. What I don't support is going ahead in spite of the court judgment. It has implication. And when you take such decision, trust me, the future implication is worse, because INEC is not party to whatever is happening. So the implications will be, to look at the paper.
It could be contempt of court or annulment of the convention outcome.
Whatever it is, it's just a nullity. If you do it without the court validation, this is the court judgment that has come forth. Because this judgment in Oyo cannot overrule, or this expert in Oyo cannot overrule court of coordinate jurisdiction. It's only an appeal court. They can say, Federal High Court, you have no business ruling on this matter. I'm not preempting what the appeal court will say. But as we speak, that judgment subsists, and INEC is not going to ignore it.
Okay. You were talking about the NJC, looking at the conflicting court judgments surrounding the PDP convention. It raises questions about Nigeria's judiciary, isn't it? Because some will call it that the fact that, they went to Abuja, another went to... Is this some forum shopping?
It's forum shopping, though. See, we have judges who are good at that. Politicians will move on foreign shopping. They go to states, and they can. It's possible for them to get that judgment they're seeking for. It's been happening. Let us not pretend it doesn't happen. These are players in the field. None of them want to fail, so they know how to go about it.
But is it right?
It's not right.
Then how do we put a stop to it?
That is where I would have expected NJC. The most annoying part is when you see most of these judges, I don't want to name them. I know them. We all know them. If you read the papers every day.
Well, I don't.
So you may not, but I know them anyway. So when the court gives judgment, you see politicians interpreting it the way they feel, the way it suits them. And the court sits there. You gave the judge. You are the judge. You just gave a judgment. And you watch these politicians, shred your judgment And you sit down there and nothing happened, then they move to another. That is why I think NJC is supposed to come, to play here, because it's happening all the time, and it's killing our democracy. A politician knows that they can always circumvent the process because the judiciary is helping them. The judiciary is just push. Let's keep PDP aside, for instance. Let's just put PDP aside. The court, the judiciary needs to help our democracy grow. They are not helping.
But you remember the Supreme Court judgment
not helping.
That said anything about...
Do they obey judgment? That's my problem.
Don't bring it to court. Judgment. Go and sort it out amongst
yourselves. Don't obey judgment. And when they don't obey judgment, it's the people that suffers. It becomes chaotic. It becomes free for all. I mean, how can a judge give judgment on a case? And it's only the only politicians that actually normally go out of their way, disobeying these judgments, and nobody sees it. That is where I think the NJC is not trying. They are not trying. Let's be realistic. They are not trying. We keep saying it all the time. Somebody needs to rein in on these politicians. See, if everything is on politics, can we play mature politics for once? We are not in an animal kingdom. Okay, when we don't respect court judgment, because you look at this PDP convention. Watch.
All right, we have someone joining us at the table. Dapo, let's talk.
Please. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Go ahead.
Good evening, gentlemen. Yes. This is an interesting topic to me, and I would like to say I disagree with your panelists that say that the court should not get involved in party issues.
Okay.
What the Supreme Court ruled on was that courts should not get involved in leadership decisions of parties. Who is chairman, who is secretary, who is whatever. But when, for instance, you deny a member of the party access to a nomination form, what is he supposed to do? How is he supposed to seek redress? That is where courts come into it. Even in the most advanced democracies, in the US, in the UK, courts adjudicate on matters that have to do with things like that. Nigeria is not a democracy in isolation. So if things are not done properly within the party as it involves the right of an individual, the individual has the right to go to court to seek redress and seek correction. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Dapo. Thank you so much, Dapo.
That's where I wanted to jump in the sense that if you look at, if I am having issues with you, even at the level of two neighbors, not even landlord and tenant, and if we don't agree, there is something called the law, whether it is landlord-tenancy law, whether it's the rule of the association, there must be a party that will resolve it. In this case, if they approach the court and the court say this is an internal party mechanism, we can resolve this, then the court is in the right place to come in. But if I am denied and nobody is listening to me, the only option for me is the legal process.
Talking about Lamido, some PDP elders said, did he exhaust all internal mechanisms to resolve the disputes before approaching the court?
That is left for him to answer. But what I'm saying in essence is, this was a man who wanted to buy form, and they are telling him it is over. They are telling him there is no space. And you said you have zoned it to the northwest. And some governors and some people decided, that you have a consensus candidate from a zone does not mean that others cannot contest. It simply means that the leadership of the zone, if they so be, do you understand, they wield so much power, they will definitely tell their delegates, go this direction. Do you understand? But for you to tell a founding member of a party that he cannot get a form, totally is wrong.
Because of our time, just in one word, when you look into your crystal ball, is the PDP going to hold its convention on Saturday? It's a yes or no for you.
It's none of the two.
None of the two. You think the convention will hold this Saturday?
Because it depends on the cost.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we'll get to see that on Saturday.